live. Okay, I'm just waiting for people to join. But yeah, make sure you stay on here. I'm gonna tell you a good story right now. Thank you. All right, Brenda. Oh wait, she here? I am. Yep. Okay. Gonna keep it going. Keep it going. Oh, I didn't mean to touch my hair. I just do that randomly. I'm sorry about that. Hi, Danny. Okay. He touches hair. I do that all the time. Okay. Hi, Rebecca. Hi, Jace. Okay. Anywho, I'm giving it like two more minutes, and then I'm gonna tell you guys. So for now, how's your day? What's going on? Tell me. I'm interested. How is it being? What should I do? What should I do? My friend said my crush. Oh my gosh! What should you say? I don't know. If he or she's a nice person, I don't know. Hi, Sierra. Hi, Melanie. Okay, sorry, I have to check the name. All right, we're at 20, so I guess here's story time. Everybody listen up. So, basically, I had to take the bus right now. I had to take the bus to get back home. You know, normal. But I'm not really good at it yet, because I don't really know what I'm doing. Because I haven't really done it a lot. So, I was like, okay, you know what? I'm going to get on. So I got on, and I thought it would take me straight home. But the thing is, it already went past where I live. And I got on and had to make the rest of the stops and then come back. I didn't know that. So I get on the bus, and I'm there for probably like 30 minutes. I'm like, okay, I'll just ride it out. You know, I'll wait. Chloe, listen, stay here, okay? This is what I texted you about. And so I get on, and I'm just, I'm talking to the guy next to me, listening to some music. Reese, I'm telling a story. That's why I sent this to a bunch of people. And if you're with my sibling, you should, make sure she hears this. Hi. So anyway, so I'm on the bus, right? I get on, and I'm riding around just waiting to get back. And this group of kids comes on from, the beach or whatever, and they're just, talking, having a blast. And they're sitting right in front of me. So, everything is fine. They're in front of me. I'm talking to the guy next to me. I'm listening to my music, listening to the Bible, that whole thing. And then this man in the back of the bus is talking really loud. Just talking about random stuff. And the kids in front of me were like, oh my gosh, kind of laughing and, joking. So I was like, oh, maybe, they're friends with him. But then the guy comes down, and he walks to us, and he looks at the kid, and he's yelling at this point, and he turns to some person that was sitting there, and he gets right in front of her and starts talking at her, saying random stuff, and she won't answer, and she looks horrified, and the man was apparently under some sort of influence, something like that, and he had a bag with him, which is important later on, and so. He comes to the kids in front of me. He goes, you want to fight? You want to go right now? And the kid's like, no. What are you? I say kid. I mean, he's my age, a little bit younger. And so, he keeps going at it, and he's yelling at everybody. Hi, Kylie. So what happened? Basically, I'm on the bus. And that's it. There's this guy. He's yelling at people, talking really loud. Apparently, he touched some girl on her back and kept touching her leg or something like that. And so it comes down to us, and he starts yelling at the group of people in front of me and yelling and talking to some other person. And he's very out of it, very distraught, and he's falling, he's stumbling, he's tricking on the ground and everything. And so basically, the kid in front of me was leave me alone, whatever. And the kid in front of me had a taser with him, which I don't know why, but, that was good. And his girlfriend, who was sitting behind him, had pepper spray. And so then he keeps going at the kid. He keeps yelling at it and talking. He's you want to fight, over and over. For 20, 30 minutes, probably 30 minutes this has happened. And he's going around the whole bus, talking to people, getting people's faces. And so eventually the bus driver pulls over, and we're stopped. And then he starts saying, I think So like, what are you doing, zoning out? You're not even looking at me. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, like, please don't look at me. Like, and I'm like, oh, okay, great. So, I take out my headphone, put my phone in my pocket. Like, I'm just getting ready for, like, whatever's going to happen next. And so the kid is like, dude, like, leave me alone. Like I'll fight you. And the guy's like, let's go right now. And I'm like, oh, we're going to have a brawl right here on the bus. But then they just kept talking, like, smack to each other. And then eventually the kid in front of me just, like, kind of turned around. I was like, it's not worth it. I was like, come on, dude. Like, I was like, it's fine. His girlfriend was like, it's fine. So, he didn't do anything. And then at this point, this guy starts doing it again. He's like stumbling, and he gets in the kid's girlfriend, gets in her face, and she's like, she has her stuff in her hand. She's like, I will spray you with this if you don't leave me alone. And he walks back to the back of the bus with his bag, and then threatens to do stuff I'm not allowed to say probably on TikTok to her, like, bad stuff or whatever. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like, what is happening right now? And so I'm sitting there, and I'm like, okay, I'm obviously ready to, like, help this girl out because, like, obviously. And I had to, like, say to the woman, he was like, yeah, we're good now, we're back home. But he was like he was like yelling at this person. I was like ready to, like, drag him off, and I was like, oh gosh. So anyway, eventually he gets out because the bus driver, like, stopped, and he's yelling at the driver. He's like, what are you doing? Take us home. What are you doing? And this other lady on the other side is talking trash to the guy. She's like, dude, shut your mouth. Like, we can't go home because of you. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like, that takes guts right there. I was like, okay. So anywho, we're stopped. Like, at this point, it's like 30 minutes in, and we're stopped. And so the guy, me and these kids, we don't know each other, but we're like, okay, like, what if I said to them, I was like, you guys, you want to just, like, get off, and we'll like, all, like, pooling our money or do something, and we'll get home. And they're like, okay. So we get off the bus, but then the guy comes with us off of the bus because he didn't like us. Apparently, he didn't like did not like mainly the kid, because that's who we had a problem with for no reason really. And he follows off the bus, and we're walking, and he starts walking after us. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, I thought we were done. And so no, he comes up to us again. He's like, you want to fight? Like, let's go right now. And the kid at this point, he's like done. He's like, you know what? Like, yeah, sure. And I was like, oh, come on. Like, no. So I said to the other guy, I was like, you know what? Like, just leave us alone. Like, good night. And so eventually, then at this point, as we're kind of like closing in on each other a little bit, and we're talking, the security pulls up next to us. And she's like, she comes out, and he walks over with, like, his hands up. He's like, I'm not doing anything. And we're like, whatever. So eventually, the driver, let us back in the bus so we could, like, get home. And so we get back on the bus, and then we drive, we finish, we get to the stop.